Chapter: Eternity lies ahead for you and me.
The rising sun shone through the undrawn curtains right on the bed and woke me up. A great night's sleep. Inside, I felt unusual forces had appeared, and my mood was excellent. I even felt like doing exercises or something else physical. I heard dishes clattering in the kitchen. Oh my, I thought, is Anastasia really trying to cook breakfast? She doesn't know how to use all the devices in the kitchen or how to turn on the gas. Maybe I should help. I put on a tracksuit, opened the door to the kitchen, and the moment I saw Anastasia, a wave of heat seemed to run through me. For the first time, I saw the taiga hermit Anastasia, not in the Siberian forest, in her taiga glade, or on the seashore, but in the most ordinary of ordinary situations for an urban woman, in the kitchen. She was leaning over the gas stove and trying to adjust the burner. She kept raising and lowering the gas, but the old gas stove would not adjust smoothly. In the kitchen, Anastasia looked a completely normal woman. Why had I frightened her yesterday with my genuflections? I must have had too much to drink and been extremely tired. Anastasia felt me looking at her, and she turned toward me. One cheek had a little flower on it, and a lock of hair had escaped her kerchief and was sticking to her lightly perspiring forehead. Anastasia was smiling, and her voice, her marvelous voice.
Good morning and a beautiful day to you, Vladimir. I've almost made everything for breakfast. I have a little more to do. You go wash up and everything will be ready. You go wash up now. Don't worry, I won't ruin anything here. I figured it out.
I didn't go to the bathroom right away. I stood there, entranced, watching Anastasia. For the first time in 5 years I'd known her, I saw for real how unusually, indescribably beautiful this woman was. Even with a flowery cheek, even with her hair done, simply tied up in a bun, and simple, unstylish clothing, she was still unusually beautiful. I went to the bathroom, shaved carefully, and took a shower, but I couldn't get Anastasia and her beauty out of my head. I went from the bathroom to my room and sat down on the already made bed, still not going to the kitchen but continuing to think about Anastasia with agitation for some reason. I had known this woman, the hermit from the Siberian taiga, for 5 years, and how everything had changed in my life since we had met. We saw each other rarely, but it was as if she were by my side always. Of course, it was thanks to her that my interaction with my daughter had improved. We now had a beautiful relationship. Furthermore, I would call my wife, even though I had not been home once in 5 years, and from her voice I could tell she had begun to speak with me without rancor or coldness. She told me that everything was fine in the family. It was Anastasia who had cured me after all. The doctors couldn't, but she could. I myself realized I might die, but she cured me, and she made me famous. Now they are offering me big fees for my books, and after all, it was her words there. She always spoke kindly and was never angry. You could be desperately angry at her, and she would still not get mad. Of course, she had significantly changed my life, but changed it for the better. It was she who had given birth to a son for me. Of course, it was an irregular situation. My son was living in a glade in the taiga, but he was probably happy with her. She was very good. I should say something nice to her and do something good for her. Only what? She didn't need anything. This was just the way it was. You could own half the world, but she still seemed to have more. Nonetheless, I felt like giving her at least something. I had bought her a pearl necklace long ago. Not artificial, but large, natural pearls. I decided I would go right now and give them to her. I got the case out of my suitcase, took the necklace out of it, and instead of going straight into the kitchen, for some reason I changed my clothes. Instead of track pants, I put on a white shirt and even a tie. Then I put the pearls in my trouser pocket. But I couldn't go to the kitchen because I was still so agitated. I stood by the window all dolled up. Then I finally took myself in hand. What on earth is this, I thought, this idiotic agitation, and I went into the kitchen. Anastasia rose to meet me, having been sitting, waiting at the table she had laid for breakfast. She had already tidied her hair. She stood up and looked at me in silence with the kindly gaze of her gray-blue eyes. I stood there not knowing what to say. Then I said, for some reason, using the formal you, "Hello, Anastasia." This formal you threw me off completely, but as if she hadn't noticed, she replied seriously,
Hello, Vladimir. Sit down, please. Breakfast is waiting for you.
"I will in a moment. First, I wanted to tell you something. This is what I wanted to say, but I couldn't remember the words.
Go ahead and tell me, Vladimir.
But I'd forgotten what I'd wanted to say. I walked right up to Anastasia and kissed her on the cheek. My entire body blazed up as if on fire. Anastasia's cheeks flushed, and she fluttered her eyelashes faster than usual, and I spoke in a constricted voice unlike my own. "This is for you from all our readers, Anastasia. Many people are grateful to you."
Our readers? Thank you very much to all our readers. Thank you very much.
Then I quickly kissed her other cheek and said, "This is from me. You're very fine and good, Anastasia. You're very beautiful, Anastasia. Thank you for being you."
Do you think I'm beautiful, Vladimir? Thank you. You really think so?
She was on edge as well. I didn't know what to do next, but then I remembered the pearls in my pocket. Very quickly I took them out and began unhooking the clasp. "This is a gift for you, Anastasia. These are pearls, real ones, not artificial. I know you don't like anything artificial, but these are real pearls." The clasp wouldn't yield. I jerked it. The string broke, and all the pearls strung on it spilled over the kitchen floor and rolled across the floor in different directions. I knelt to pick them up, and Anastasia began gathering them too. She was quicker. I watched her collect the pearls in her palm. She examined each closely, and I admired her movements. I was sitting right on the floor, leaning against the wall and watching her, enchanted. I was sitting and thinking to myself of the extraordinariness of the standard kitchen compared to how extraordinary and beautiful I felt inside. Why? Probably because she was in this kitchen, Anastasia. She was so close, but I didn't have the nerve to put my arms around her. This woman who then, at first in the taiga 5 years ago now, had not seemed like an entirely normal hermit, now seemed like a star that had descended from the sky for a moment. She was so close, but, like a star, unattainable. And the years, oh my years. I watched steadily as Anastasia stood up and put the pearls she'd gathered in a saucer on the table. Then she turned her head toward me. I, rapt, kept sitting on the kitchen floor, leaning against the wall and looking into her gray-blue eyes. She did not break her kind glance. "You're so close, Anastasia, but I can't touch you now. It feels as though you are a distant star in the sky."
A star? That's what you feel? Why? Look, at your feet here, a little star has become an ordinary woman.
Anastasia quickly dropped to her knees and sat next to me on the floor. She placed both hands on my shoulder and leaned her head. I heard her heart beating, only mine was thumping much harder. Her hair smelled of the taiga. Her breath, like a warm breeze, intoxicated me with the fragrance of flowers. "Anastasia, why didn't I meet you as a young man? You're so young, and I'm so very old. I've lived nearly half a century."
And I have been making my way toward your wandering soul for ages. Don't drive me away now.
"I'll be growing old soon, Anastasia, and my life will end."
But while you are growing old, you'll plant your family tree and lay out a city of the beautiful future with others, and a marvelous orchard.
"I'll try. It's too bad I myself will not be able to live in that orchard. It will take many a year to grow."
If you plant it, you will always live in it.
"Always?"
Naturally. Your body will age and die, but your soul will soar.
"The dead man's soul soars. I know that. The soul soars and all that."
Oh, how beautiful today is. Why are you creating such a joyless future, Vladimir? You are creating it for yourself.
"It's not I who is creating it. That is the objective reality. Old age comes and then death for everyone. Even you, my dear dreamer, can't come up with anything else." Anastasia roused herself, leaned back slightly, and her merry and good eyes looked into mine and shone, joyously confident despite all odds.
I don't need to think up anything. The truth is always the same. There is death for the flesh. Clearly this is for everyone. As for all the rest, death is a dream, Vladimir.
"A dream?"
Yes.
Anastasia rose from her knees and began speaking, looking me straight in the eye. But she spoke in such a way that the radio in the kitchen fell silent, and the voices and noise outside quieted down when Anastasia said in a quiet voice,
My beloved, an eternity lies ahead of you and me. Life always asserts itself. The sun's beam will sparkle in spring, and the soul will be dressed all in new. But the mortal body will not meekly embrace the earth in vain. Fresh flowers and grass will come up from our bodies in spring. You will hear the singing of birds and drink the raindrops forever. The eternal clouds in the blue sky will delight you with their dance. If you scatter like dust throughout the vast universe, maintaining your disbelief, I will assemble you out of the dust in the wandering eternities, my beloved. The tree you plant will help me, and in early spring it will reach its little branch toward where your soul abides in insensible peace. Whoever you have given good to on earth will think about you with love. If all earthly love is not enough for your embodiment, then one love, you know which, will blaze up at every level of the universe's being with a single desire, be embodied, beloved, and for a moment she herself will die.
Will this be you, Anastasia? Are you certain you will be able to do that?
Any woman can do that if she can squeeze the logos into her feelings.
And what about you, Anastasia? Who will help you return to Earth again?
I can do that myself without putting anyone out.
But how will I know you? After all, life will be completely different then.
When you are embodied on Earth once again, you will be an adolescent. You will see a wimpy little red-headed girl in the garden next to yours. Say a kind word to the little one with the slightly bent legs, and turn your attention to the girl. You will grow up, become a young man, and you will start sending your gaze after beauties. Don't be in any hurry to link your fate to them. In the garden next door, the little freckle-faced girl will grow up, still not a beauty. One day you will see her watching you stealthily. Don't laugh though, don't drive her away when, all shy, she comes up to you to distract you from a mature beauty. Another 3 springs will pass and the neighbor girl will become a beautiful young woman. One day you will look at her and blaze up with love for her. You will be happy with her and she will be happy. Vladimir, my soul will live in that happy girl you've chosen.
Thank you for the wonderful dream, Anastasia, my dear storyteller. I took her cautiously by the shoulders and drew her to me. I wanted to listen to her heart beating so ardently, to breathe in the smell of the hair of the beautiful woman who believed only in the good and in eternity. Maybe I also wanted to hold on to her incredible dreams like a straw. Her words about the future made everything around me joyous. Even if what you say is only words, Anastasia, still they are beautiful, and when you hear them, you feel joy inside.
The words of the dream put great energy in motion. Through his dream and intentions, man himself creates his own future. Believe me, Vladimir, everything will happen exactly as I have drawn it in words for us. But you are free in your own dream, and you can change it all by saying other words. You have free will, and each person is his own creator.
I am not going to change anything you said, Anastasia. I'm going to try to believe in them.
Thank you.
What for?
For not destroying eternity for the two of us.
That beautiful sunny day we bathed in the sea and sunned on the desert shore. That evening, Anastasia left. As always, she asked me not to see her off. I stood on the balcony and watched her walk down the sidewalk along the building, her head covered in a scarf, wearing her very simple clothing, with her homemade canvas bag. She walked, trying not to stand out among the other passers-by, a woman who had created a beautiful future for the entire country. It will definitely come. People will materialize her dream, and they themselves will come to live in a beautiful world. Before turning the corner, Anastasia stopped, turned toward me, and waved. I waved to Anastasia in parting, too. I couldn't see her face anymore, but I was sure she was smiling. She always smiles because she believes in and creates only what is good. Maybe this is the way it should be. I waved to her, too, and whispered to myself, "Thank you, Nastenka."
End of chapter and of Who Are We? Book 5 of the Ringing Cedars series. Join us when we begin Book 6, the family book. Chapter: Who is Raising Our Children?